Hey, welcome to the pre-show hangout. These are some of the Dungeon Scrawlers. Aaron will be right back. We are down a Steven tonight. He has some family stuff that he has been doing, and that might delay him, prevent him from coming to the game for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. So, good thoughts to Steven and his family. They're it's not a COVID thing. Don't worry. It's a different medical issue. But I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to be saying. So we're just going to go with that. Also,
he grew wings. Now he has to figure out what to do.
Right.
He'll still be there on Saturday for some games. Like he could still play during the daytime. It's just this medical issue is like a nighttime thing.
Yeah,
it's not lycanthropy. So
it's not COVID. It's not lycanthropy. It's
Hermione's
probably not lichdom. It's hard to say for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got other commitments. So Sturge will be doing a lot of hardcore introspection and divination.
Guess what I got?
What?
A
special package.
Oh.
Wait, from who?
From WizKids.
Oh.
Which I haven't opened. I think this might be better to actually, we're on, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all have your on voices on.
Yep. On voices. What are off voices?
Yeah, normally I talk like this, but when I get on the show,
you guys are really missing out.
My off voice sounds like this. This is my off voice.
Oh, that's like a serial killer, like witness protection voice.
Yeah, that's why I try to be more approachable.
So I managed to make my ring light do what it's supposed to do by dint of pressing the actual button that is supposed to do that as opposed to some other button when I was not looking at it very carefully. So
you
read your buttons, kids.
Right.
So is Aaron doing this big unveiling of what's inside?
Yeah, I'm unboxing.
No,
it's an unboxing video.
Except I don't have. I stupidly came out here without a knife, and I don't want to use my dinner fork. That sounds gross. So a while back, people made us aware of the fact that with kids had a game coming out.
Ooh, that is a
loud
fox tear.
Sorry, I could mute again.
Oh, it's okay.
I thought maybe that was. I don't watch unboxing videos. What's satisfying about an unboxing video? Is the noise not part of it? Not like an ASMR thing. Like the sound of packing tape.
But you have to be gentle when stripping the tape off.
Yeah.
It'd be like a hard yank.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a BDSM kind of
comment on the quality of the tape.
BDSM.
I'm punishing the box. No, but see, that's not what I want to say when I'm holding up someone else's product. So we contacted WizKids and we said, hey, that's our name too. Maybe we could check out your game. So this just came. So this is probably not going to count as our checking out the game. But Dungeon and Scrawlers Heroes of Undermountain preview box so that we can share it with you guys. So maybe during our extra life, if there's a point where we need a break, we can unpack it and see what's what. I don't know how to play this. So I don't know if this is a game we can actually play on stream or if it's one where we really want to be around the table. It does seem like it's fun and friendly for kids. So I might give it a shot with my kiddos and then tell everybody how it went. We'll have to see, but it does look like a lot of fun. I like how it looks kind of like a one of those composition notebooks.
Oh, yeah.
My understanding is that you're kind of drawing your dungeon as you go. So
that's cool. Scrawling.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I was like, I wasn't quite like, why the scroller?
No. But right now I have to eat my dinner.
So I also threw up the extra life widget. It is in the lower right corner, and it's gonna live where Steven's box, or I guess where Sturge's box normally is during the game. So it'll just be there in the upper right. I don't know if anybody wants to share what we're doing on Saturday and maybe some of the incentives that they have.
Oh yeah, we should Definitely talk about that, shouldn't we?
Do it. Well, I'll
That's
start
true.
out.
Talk about talking about it. Just do it.
Yeah.
I'll start out by saying I don't have incentives yet, and I need some. So as the others talk about their incentives, think about you in the chat. What incentives you would want, and then
For $25, you can choose an incentive.
They will become available on my donation stream by Saturday.
Get in an X-Men's discussion with you, or
I mean, I feel like honestly that should apply to all of us. If there's like an incentive you don't see, but you're like, "Ooh, I really wish you would offer this, Eric." Like, just tell us.
yeah, if you're like, oh, I'd pay you this to do this. I mean, within the bounds of, reasonable.
Of what, Randy?
Of legal.
I see.
As long as it's legal somewhere.
That's right. Exactly. As long as it's legal somewhere, and consensual, then, I mean, you can always propose it, and we can always say no. Yeah. I let's see. Well, I have some writerly, as does Erin, but I'll let her talk to hers. But so yeah, being the Scrawlers, the stream of, authors, including Kayla, including Emily. Woo! But she's not on yet. But Emily had a.
What are your incentives, Randy?
Sorry.
Tell us.
brain fried. I've been testing all day.
It's gonna nudge you back on track.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I need the bowling bumper guards in my brain right now. What was I talking about? Incentives.
Old man Randy.
Also, no caffeine yet. Incentives include critique. Critique a short story, or like not your entire novel, but first 3 chapters in a synopsis. That's usually enough to kind of get a good, strong sense of things for a novel. Or I also have with kind of story doctoring, where I'll just sit with you for an hour and we'll just talk about your book, or even just your idea for a book, and talk through the plot, talk through the characters, and I can, try and, if you're stuck on things or you're trying to work through some things, we can kind of just bounce ideas off each other and try and work through those. And then I have one for just basically a workshop. Like, I teach workshops on writing. And so I will just one-on-one, and then you'll just be able to ask all the questions you want. I'll just share everything that I know about writing, the craft of writing, and about publishing and everything else. Not to say that I'm the world's greatest writer or most excellent expert on all things writing, but I'm very happy to pay it forward and share what I do know and the experiences that I have had, just as other people have done so for me in the past. So, yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd been muted. Sorry, you've been listening to my clanking.
No, we've mostly been listening to Randy tell us about his incentives.
Well, I'm glad that my clanking did not drown out Randy's excellent incentives. I added a couple. So I have some lore-based incentives, some role-play-based incentives, and some writing incentives. If you like lore, for Steven's game, I play a teenage dragonborn cleric named Zaroshni. And Zaroshni's a little self-righteous. So if you too like Dragonborn, you can give me a Dragonborn ancestor story and I will use it to lecture them. And I have heard on the internet that anything I say about Dragonborn is considered canon in certain circles. So if you give me a Dragonborn ancestor story and I say it, I mean, I think it's a little bigger, but
I'm part
not
of
that you. So if you give me a Dragonborn ancestor story and I make Zaroshni tell it, now it's canon for the very reasonable donation of $25. If you want to donate for role-playing things, I have 2 options. One, Cecilia may have learned the value of the truth, but she's still got a plus 10 to deception. So you tell me a story about your character, or maybe your friend's character, that could be true, or you could really want it to be true. And Cecilia will say, I know a guy, and tell your story.
Nice.
And I'll roll deception, which should be pretty good, I think. And the other option is for Trevor's game. In the first round of this, the hotel at the edge of the multiverse, Cecilia summoned David, and he didn't do so great. He did do the one thing that I picked David as a spell for, which is to help a rogue flank. Did a good job at that. He did not hit anything. And basically that was my one combat move, and it was terrible. So I walked up to him and said, "You're embarrassing me in front of my new friends." So Trevor suggested that I include an option to give David a redemption arc. You can buy a crit for David so that he can he can look useful.
I like it.
The writing based ones, I am also offering a sit down pep talk chat about your book. That could be something you're working on for Nano or IMO, which is sort of my expectation that this is an imminent thing since lots of people are picking up projects. But if it's not, that's okay too. I find it's really helpful to talk through my ideas, bounce them off of people. Sometimes just even saying what you're working on unlocks things in your brain. And this is actually my preferred method for working out story problems with other people. So you can have that 30 minutes of talking to me about your book. I think I have 4 of those available. If it suddenly becomes very popular, I'll consider adding more. But I do have a lot of writing of my own to get done, which reminds me of the other milestone I have, the milestones I set. If I can raise $800, I'm going to add an extra episode of Concentration Check to help all of those people who are trying to get their novels done this month. If I can make my goal of $1,200, which admittedly we're doing this a little late in the game, so I'm not holding my breath. But if I can, I'll add a 3rd episode of Concentration Check. And if you somehow get me up to 1,500, I'll add a 4th one. And we will get so much shit done, you guys.
Oh my
you
God.
Just keep throwing money at her. Then she'll do concentration check like every day, every hour, every day.
I will get you through so many words, you guys.
Yeah.
And it will help children. So I'm pretty sure that's everything I had. And then everybody who does a donation gets a shout out on the show. And yeah, I had one other, which was a private one shot, but that got snapped up. So we did add a milestone for the group, which if everybody meets their goals, we'll do a giveaway for another one of those private one shots and a big old set of dice from Phoenix Dice with a cool case. So if you help us raise that money.
Yeah, so actually, like, we should talk about that portfolio, and maybe I should throw up a picture.
You should throw up a picture. It's exciting.
Do you want to talk about it while I look for this picture?
So Phoenix Dice is going to do many giveaways. A lot of them will be for Carney Sideshow's game, which is it's an early game. It's a 4 a.m. game because they are primarily headquartered in Taiwan, so it's not a super early game for them. But we are going to have a portfolio set of dice, which is 5 sets of dice that you get to choose off of Phoenix Dice's website to go in this super cool case that you can take with you. Your badass dice assassin case, and all of that together. We'll be doing a giveaway during the big Westgate Regulars game, and if we meet our goals, we'll do another one. And if we can't quite get to everybody's goals got met, if half of us get to our goals, we're still going to do a giveaway for another set of those dice. So look at that! Look at that! You could have that. That could be yours.
Yeah. You get like an entire case.
Amazing.
Faux leather. It is like vegan leather, I am told, with foam, and then your choice of 5 sets of dice from over 100 different selections off the Phoenix Dice website for free.
Amazing. Just imagine it.
Rumpus Imperator. If I could bring the homicidal kitten goddess back somehow, I would. Help me figure out a way to do that, because that would be amazing.
Brandy author will totally be watching the stream and trying to win those dice. No.
But yeah, we also have like a ton. Like, speaking of giveaways, we also have just like a ton of giveaways to go through like throughout the day. We have like Norse Foundry, who's one of our recent dice partners, who gave us like 2 sets of dice, one lycanthropy silver and one bronze dragon scale alloy dice sets that we're going to give out throughout the day. And then we have like several sets, like Aaron mentioned, for Phoenix Dice that are going to be given away during the Carney Sideshow game. But one of them is going to be like another faux leather scroll case that holds 2 sets of dice. So not only do you win the scroll case, but you could choose 2 sets of dice off her website of over 100 different sets to come in that case. So we're just giving away everything all day, every day.
you get the scroll case. But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Also, Phoenix Dice has a coupon code. So if you buy any dice off of her website, she's going to donate 20%. She's going to give you 10% off, and then she's going to donate 20% to our Extra Life campaign. So if you can't wait, if you don't want to risk it, or if you just, would like some more shiny math rocks, that's a great deal. And it's for charity. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so it's actually like even better than that because she's also running a Christmas special. I don't know. I feel like we're talking about this for we're talking about this for like 30 minutes. But basically, if you use the code Extra Life while buying anything off of her site, which is phoenixdice.com, you get 10% off, like Aaron said. She will then throw in 20% of that revenue back to our team at the end. This code is good for about a week. But then she's also doing a Christmas sale right now where depending on the total number of or the total amount in your cart at the time of purchase, you get like extra goodies. So all this stuff stacks. If you buy like a minimum of $25, you get a set of mystery dice, a free set of mystery dice. If it's like $50, you get one free dice tray, etc., etc. I'm just going to throw up the image because it's just like too many things to read. Here you go.
It's a lot.
The screen's getting crowded, but it's all here. It's all here. So I also made some incentives on my page that I guess I'll talk about quickly. So for the Wizard Tower Bash that I'm in with Eric and Aaron and Steven, my character is a spore druid who grows plants on his shell. For $20, you can tell me what one of those plants are, and then tell me how it's ingested and what the effects are. And then over the course of the show, I'm going to try to sell it to an NPC, or I'm going to try to get one of these other players to take it. And then for the Carney, I put it at a max of 3 because like I can't just sell drugs all day for like the entire session, right?
Surprise, Stephen, this is a new adventure.
Yeah.
Selling drugs and lecturing people.
Yes. Then for Carney's Sideshows one shot, I'll be playing a character that is a rock gnome who is a failed restaurateur. And you can tell me, so for $5, you can tell me the name of a dish on my failed menu. And then I will like I will like talk to people about it, describe it, and then justify why it was a good idea live. And then for $20, you could actually tell me what the name of my failed restaurant is and what our flagship dish is. And once again, I will justify it during the stream. You can tell me anything. I don't care if it's legal or not. Well, maybe. Whatever. We'll see.
Keep it PG-13. We got sponsors.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, we have an Idle Champions code for every session.
Yes. Every game.
Oh,
and
man.
several of them are not Electrum chest codes. They are gold chest codes. So extra.
Yeah. 3 gold chest codes, 3 Electrum chest codes. A new one will be released every session.
So I wanted to tell people about my incentives that are on my page, because those are going to affect how the games play out too. I have basically 3 categories. One is boons for the players, one is hazards for the players, and one is boons for you. So boons for the players include things like healing potions, spell slot recharges, action surges. You can also get an automatic natural 20 for someone, which is pretty cool, right? Hazards are where it gets fun, though. There's a wild flump appears, a vampire spawn lurks in the shadows. Wait, you didn't see that gelatinous cube there? Whoops. And then there's the dragon.
Donate for that one.
I did limit how many dragons could be purchased. I also have a crack open a book and tell me a monster up to CR 15 that you would like them to fight. I will do that. And then there's also a Tarask. If you happen to put up a collection and want to donate a lot of money, there's a Tarask. Anyway, and then the boons for you. I myself will run one-shot games for you and your group I have up to 3 of those that you could purchase. So those are not quite the same as what the Scrawlers are going to do, but they're me and my terrible, terrible brain.
Do you
So-
think we're not going to be like, Eric, someone bought this one shot, come play?
No, I don't think that.
Because
Obviously, that's going to happen.
Just wanted to check.
Eric, just
what
to
I'm
clarify,
clarifying is the games from me do not include these people. They are for you, the audience. You, hi, hey, and your
You guys need to be alone here or something?
Yeah, everybody switch your camera off except me.
You can talk to the audience.
So,
and just to
that's a quick
clarify-
break for us, so that's good. I'm good with that.
yeah.
how are you all doing? Those one shots won't necessarily be recorded or streamed or anything, so don't worry about that. Just your opportunity to have 4 hours of my time.
And just to clarify on the in-game incentives, is that just for the Westgate Irregulars extended episode, the 6 o'clock game, or is that for you and Cataclysm?
That is for any game that I'm running.
That
So
and
it
Cataclysm.
could potentially be Cataclysm as well.
So we can buy them for the Cataclysm.
You
but
can.
They don't show us up.
Yes.
We just give them a bunch of gelatinous cubes.
And yeah, Taras and dragons.
My
Yeah.
players just sign in. They're like, yeah, what's going to happen? I'm like, you hear a roaring in the distance.
Well, it's called Cataclysm.
Game starts. Roll
They watch
initiative.
me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's for children, so you can't
It
be
is
too
for children.
mad.
You are suffering for children.
We'll also, so normally we have the channel points for little interruption things like inspiration or giving people back spell slots, and we're going to modify that. I believe, I don't want to promise things we didn't figure out how to do because this is definitely not my wheelhouse. But the intention is we will modify that so it is donation based because sick kids can't use channel points.
Right.
So at least I don't think, because this isn't in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, like check out Eric's incentives during his games, pay for stuff, and TPK his parties for the children.
No. Give us the action surges and the crits.
Yes.
That's
yes.
what we need.
Oh right.
Help us.
I don't want to speak for the.
help
No,
us.
they could
Help
also
the
have the
children.
good things. Are we through that? Can I tell people some things real quick?
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes.
Okay,
Go for
so
it.
Talk fast.
I had a great day because I signed a contract for a book, which now has a title. So hopefully I'll be able to tell people what it is soon.
Oh heck yeah.
Like watch the tweetograms. And then the other thing is today my first Idle Champions adventure came out.
Oh, sweet.
Oh nice.
So the next chapter of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, that is the first adventure that I wrote for Idle Champions, and you know it's me because I left an Easter egg in it,
Sweet.
which has already kind of been discovered. Yeah, there's original Angston. Yeah, you Baloth is enlisted to distract Mr. Witch and Mr. Light with a illusion show. And he leads off with, I'm going to watch me defeat the Master of Undermountain. And before he can say who it is, Havilar's like, I know that guy. That's Alabaster Booty Clap. So you fight Alabaster Booty Clap. No one ever say I never left my mark. But I'm just really excited to see that out in the world and see people reacting to it. And also, yeah, the Bardic Inspiration did a song about Orcus holding up his boombox for the Raven Queen. So
That was a great song.
that Champions of Lore is generating all kinds of weird content.
It's getting weird.
Nice.
I think out of
Trials
all
of-
of those, my biggest congrats is on having a name for your book. I think that's really
It's a very complicated process, it turns out. I don't love this title, but everybody I've told it to has been like, oh, I like it. That's interesting.
It's great.
And fundamentally, I'm not going to buy the book, so I don't have to like it. And same thing with my agent. She's like, I don't love it, but I asked everybody else and they thought it was great. So let's just go ahead with it.
Yeah.
So we are
5
at
minutes.
the recap. I guess the last thing I want to announce is that for the month of October, we're doing like 50% of all our subs and donations go to Food Lifeline, and that is going to be a total of $39. So, that's great. We could do better in the future, but it is a great start. So thank you everybody who contributed to that. All right, so now we are going to go to the recap. See you in a bit.
Do you think the universe getting destroyed is going to complicate my book sales? So, things don't exactly seem to be exactly what we thought they'd be coming in from last time. All of the irregulars find themselves in strange, kind of other places. Sturge is an old man being taken care of by Thane, of all people. Caliph is living her lichy dreams, controlling a dungeon that apparently keeps eating adventurers. What was it, 200? 200 adventurers? Some of them very powerful. Yeah, that sounds right up her alley. Interestingly, she seems to have taken the place of her evil... I don't want to say doppelganger. It's not a doppelganger. You know what I mean. Artemisia is off somewhere as a dragon. Again, taking the place of her alternate self from this weird timeline. Stong appears to be in the orcish afterlife, maybe? Or I don't even know. Watching things get smashed by a giant orc kind of sounds like an orc afterlife to me. And Rogar? Rogar found himself falling, I guess. He might have been in trouble if he hadn't been caught by Ruan, who pulled him out of whatever weird space he was in. I guess when he got hit and then there was no world for him to get sent back to, it kind of dropped him into this formless void, but he did get snatched back at least. So he's A-okay. Cutting back to Cecilia, she did make it seem like she was going to take the Golden Raven's deal, at least long enough to take the curse off of Sarshan. But once that happened, they kind of left, cut and run, and that's when Cecilia and Sarshan wound up in a glade in the Feywild of all places that belongs to Skaha. And once there, they encountered Ruan and Rogar, all safe and sound, toasty together in the middle of the woods. Some important information was covered. For instance, the Golden Raven of this timeline seems to be Cecilia, who had defeated the Heart of the Piercing herself and absorbed her power. But this Cecilia was wrong. Like, something was off about her from the beginning, apparently. Kind of a what if Cecilia had never had friends situation, I guess. I don't know. Regardless, it seems like the only way to stop her might be to do the same thing. But the jury's still out on that. From there, though, they set out into the other little pocket spaces where the other irregulars were being stored. Sturge, it seemed, in his little space, had been transformed into an old man, and Fane was there taking care of him, of all people. Which, is weird. There's not a caregiving bone in that person's body. Look, I don't know, okay? Don't make me like her. Too much bad blood. At least they were able to snap Sturge out of the strange imprisonment magic, or whatever this was that was keeping him there. And the Fane that was there with him might be Fane? But see, that still leaves the other irregulars at large. This was her revenge, in a way. She wanted the irregulars out of the way, so she put them in spaces that seemed to be maybe not necessarily what they desired, but something that would keep them there. Something specifically designed to hold them in place so that she didn't have to deal with them. Well, part of the team's back together. I guess we'll see if we can get the rest of them back, and well, come on, we're not going to defeat the Golden Raven once and for all just yet. At least I don't think so. But is the old world gone for good? I get the feeling we're not going to figure that one out just yet either, but